Well, it's about fucking time we got a Hogan-free episode. This was a pretty good episode of Impact. Not fantastic by any means, but I enjoyed the show. Yeah, that's right, I enjoyed something. Everybody always accuses me, oh, you just hate wrestling. Why even bother watching it? Well, there's a reason why I give shitty reviews to shitty shows. Because they're shitty. So when there's an actual good show, we can actually differentiate. Unlike some other people here on YouTube, everything is great. So how do you know a good show from a bad show if everything is great? There's got to be things that are better than other things. It just can't be this is more good than that. Just doesn't make sense. You know, I was pretty satisfied with it. So we start off with Garrett Bischoff and Wes Briscoe defeating Kurt Angle in a handicap match. It's a handicap match. I wasn't crazy about Wes Briscoe beating Angle in the past. I guess, you know, they had to cheat to win. They hit him with a chain. These two cannot wrestle for shit. But Angle made it work somehow. There was some pretty good stuff. Funny spot where, you know, even though it's a little unrealistic, Wes Briscoe grabbed Garrett Bischoff as he's getting German suplex, and he ends up German suplexing his own partner. Pretty enjoyable match. No real complaints here. Angle should be in a more high-profile feud. I don't know why he's wasting his time with these guys. Why is TNA wasting their time with Wes Briscoe and Garrett Bischoff? I understand they have popular fathers, popular uncles, popular whatevers, you know. I don't care if their fucking condom that they used last week was special. They fucking suck. It's awful. They're awful. They're horrible. Even the crowd is giving them a negative response saying they can't wrestle. I don't understand, you know. They're making like these guys are like the future. They're not the future. They're the end. Because if wrestling keeps getting this way with the new guys, it's not going to last much longer. You know, the sport of professional wrestling as a whole, this is the future. Garrett Bischoff and Wes Briscoe, these are the future world champions. Then count me out. I will quit watching if that is what's going to be around. And we, you know, after the Angles and everybody else is gone. And I will start with this company if that's who's going to be at the top. Then we got Kenny King defeating Zema Ion and Petey Williams in a triple threat match. Ion got pinned, so he's eliminated. Petey Williams he might be the best X Division wrestler that there is. He's better than Kenny King, actually. Petey Williams he's very fluid in there. I like what he does. The moveset is very solid. He's got more of a presence than anybody else. You know, Kenny King is good, but what more does he have than just a goofy smile? Zema Ion also very talented, but his character with the hairspray, you know, Petey Williams, he's got something. I see it in him, and I always saw it from the start. He's been there, you know, not from the very beginning, but he's a TNA veteran, and I don't know if that also helps him out because he's been there for a while, but the guy is good, and he should be involved in higher profile shit, not like a secondary X Division wrestler. I say that they forget about King as X Division champion because I don't really think that it's working that much. Something about him, you know, he was good before, you know, as he was starting to get in TNA when they had him like last year at Destination X, but then when he started wrestling RVD, just it's not doing that well. It's just he's not really fitting into the whole mold of things. So, yeah, pretty impressive stuff here from Petey Williams. An enjoyable match. Really, Kenny King didn't do a lot in this match. It was mostly all Ion and Williams. So, there's just another point that how King is just, you know, kind of disappointing in this whole promotion. Just, not really, he needs to get it together. They need to revamp, and I'm not really liking this whole revamping of the X Division. Everything has to be triple threat. Isn't that a little bit predictable? I mean, more guys means more action, maybe. And what the fuck was this thing? The X Cam, the X Division camera that they brought in. It's just some weirdo camera with shaky lenses. Look at these great camera shots, guys. Takes inside the action. Can't see fucking anything on that thing. You see like an arm, you know? It's just annoying. Just stop that and use your normal camera. What is this? It's just ultra zoomed in. That just distorts the image when you zoom all the way in. And they're using like a fucking like cell phone from, you know, from 1999 or some shit. Like the first camera phone or something. That's what they're using for that shit. It's ridiculous. And this is not innovative. It's retardation. A new camera. That's not going to get people more, you know, invested in the X Division. You'll get them invested if they actually show more of it and make it more prominent. You know, give them more promos, give it more time. Maybe if there was more than one X Division match, you know, like back in WCW, they had a couple of cruiserweight matches per show. That would get people involved. If they built this promotion around the X Division a little bit more, and, you know, forget about the more boring parts of the show, you know, like the tag title scene that just keeps repeating itself over and over, then they would probably get more views and better ratings. Because the thing is with WWE is they don't have a very physical style anymore. A more physical based style, which is shown in TNA, if it was brought to better prominence, it could make it better. Just an idea, and it's a good idea. And it should be used if they want to prosper as a company. Keep continuing the shit that they're going to do, and they're just going to coast along with what they're doing. Getting 1.0s, you know? Because it's basically the same shit. A good match, but really, the X Division wasn't, you know, elevated in any way. I didn't, like, say, like, you know, I was like, that's a good match. I didn't feel like, oh, shit, this is going places. That's how you should feel in wrestling. You know, like, back in the day when they had the Cruiserweight thing, you know, shit was going places. There was feuds and everything. It's not like that anymore. Now you just got a shitty camera. That's about it. Then Magnus comes out for a match, but then he gets beat down. The double choke slam on the stage was okay. You know, not a lot of impact. It could have been better, but I guess it was alright. The match didn't happen for some reason. I don't know why. It's kind of reminding me of, you know, when the NWO started to get a little bit played out in WCW. When it was the same shit over and over. You know, you can't just keep attacking guys, you know, and stopping matches from happening. They've been doing that a lot. It's not good. Because the NWO's already been done. You can't keep repeating the same shit over and over. And I know this old thing that James Cornette said that, you know, after a couple of years, what was it, like 7 years, you could use the same like angle again. I don't believe in that rule. I think that you should try to be as original as possible. If you want to borrow some elements, that's okay, but not to completely rip off and do a total repeat. That's what they're doing here. Then you got Mickie James, and she defeats Brooke Tessmacher. Gotta say, it was a good match. It took a while for it to get started, and this was actually the highest rated segment. And you want to know why? Because the wrestling was pretty good once they started going. And they looked fucking hot. Jesus Christ. Brooke Tessmacher is fucking gorgeous. Who wouldn't want to fucking insert an elongated appendage into her? I really just have to question any male who would think otherwise. And Mickie James just, man, you know, just you want a piece of these women. They look hot and, you know, they got shit hanging out. It's great. You know, it brings me back to a time of when, you know, Trish Stratus was at the top of the women's division. Not only did you have a hot woman in there that you could gawk at for the whole match, but you actually got to see some quality wrestling. When's the last time you seen that? See, now this is the stuff. If that's what's working for them, if that's what's getting them ratings, then goddamn it, build around this. Build around the things that are getting you ratings. Sting and Hulk Hogan, these old saggy fucking just worthless old men. They were good at one time, but they're not good anymore. They're not getting you ratings. What does it take for them to get it through their thick skulls, Dixie Carter? You fucking cunt. Get it through your head. The shit is not working, what you currently are doing. You're doing a lot of good things. You're getting ratings for certain things, but other things people are turning the channel. They're turning the channel because They don't care about shit. So, study your show. When people change a channel, don't do that shit anymore. The stuff that people are staying tuned for and there's more viewers being added onto it. Build on that. Make more of it. But people like it because they haven't seen that in a while in WWE. Sexy, hot women that can actually wrestle, that have talent. Brooke Tessmacher, she sucked at first, but she's doing better. She's doing good. She's starting to get that Trish Stratus type of vibe, like, oh, very hot, and she knows how to wrestle. It's good, and Mickie James already knows her shit, so it's working. It's good. Keep doing it. Stop doing the Hogan shit. Okay, we got that out of the way. Man, getting really worn out doing a lot of rants today here on YouTube. This is the third video I'm doing, and I gotta go fucking insane. I feel like my head's gonna fucking explode up my shoulders. Not only had a long day at work, but I have to fucking rant about this shit. Alright, so then we got the tag team title scene, which I'm getting sick of, but it was a pretty entertaining promo. Bobby Roode, Austin Aries getting interviewed. Daniels and Cass come out. There's a funny exchange. They're calling each other different names. Aries is like, I'm an asshole. I wear sunglasses indoors. Funny shit. Then Chavo and Hernandez come out and they just kill the whole vibe. Boring fucking tag team. How long can they keep doing the same rematches? Over and goddamn over again. Can we get some new tag teams or just forget about tag team wrestling for a while? Put it on the back burner because it's the same three teams. The same three teams. Enough with the same three teams already. It's getting out of hand. You got the same shit happening. People are not tuning in for this. They want to see the hot, sexy women, not this shit here, The promo is good, but the matches are repeats. Come on. I mean, the matches have been decent. Like I said, I haven't given them any bad ratings. But it's the same shit over and over. And I'm going to just start rating it bad because it is going to start to get bad because it's going to get boring. You're going to repeat the same spots, the same finishes, what have you, Then they got Devon defeating Samoa Joe to make up for the Magnus match. And this just sucked. They just hit him with a foreign object and that's it. Samoa Joe just reminds me of Randy Orton in WWE. Just a guy who was on the top of the world a couple of years ago, and now he's just wandering around doing fucking nothing. Random feuds, random matches, no one gives a shit about him. Just a fat waste of space. I like Samoa Joe, or used to like him, but I don't really have a reason to like him anymore. Because he ain't doing anything worth a damn. Do something. Get off your fat ass and wrestle a 5-star match. We all know you're capable of that. The guy's not that old. He's got a lot of years left. He'll be around for a while. It's time to get off your ass and start wrestling some good matches, you fat piece of shit. Come on. And another beatdown. Enough with the beatdowns. You can't keep doing this. It's the same shit. It's a second-rate NWO. Not I don't hate Ace and Eights. It's good that it's there. There's a threat there. There's a reason they're actually more threatening than the Shield. They are made to look more like a threat. Then we got AJ Styles versus James Storm. And I was enjoying this match, but then it gets cut short and in a lame fashion. The shit that they were showing was pretty good. I mean, there was good back and forth, and I'm really liking James Storm now. Since the late last year, he really captured my interest. I see a lot of charisma in the man. He's very good in the ring. Also, seeing him at the house show, very entertaining, interacting with the crowd. There's a lot of potential for this man. James Storm, he's good. He's one of the best. He's a guy that can connect with the audience, not as strongly as Jeff Hardy, but he's good and he gets it done in the ring and he's got an attitude to him, which I like. But then they have him go tapping out to some lame-ass fucking leg lock. That ain't even his finisher. And it didn't even look painful. And he's tapping out. How is he going to tap out to that? AJ never used that move before. All of a sudden he learned this new submission while he was busy being emo in the corner over there. Something that should be called the cry lock, the emo lock or some shit like that. Right in my diary, and jerk off at night type of, leg lock or whatever this is. Fucking pussy ass finish. And why is Storm losing cleanly to him in such a fashion? If anything, Storm should have beat AJ. Why is the pussy the crybaby? I don't know what side to pick. He looks like a fucking weirdo with the goddamn hood and shit. Fucking rapist or some shit like that. I'm not liking the new heel AJ. It's just lame. Lame. I don't care. I like AJ Styles. I ain't gonna knock him on his athletic ability. But god fucking damn it, he's a wuss. You know, I like the TNA vibe that it's a lot tougher than WWE. It's TV 14, but this pussy shit's gotta go. He's not hardcore. He's just lame. And then this thing with Storm is just he's better than AJ right now. I given more of a reason to like Storm. He's a tough guy. He's very masculine. He's good in the ring. He entertains me. So I don't know why I'm supposed to care about AJ. He wears a hood. He has a beard and a new hairstyle. Oh, wow. Ooh, I'm sorry. I'm not a fucking chick. I don't give a shit about his fucking threads and stuff like that. It's lame. Then they just beat down Storm, and that's it. It just ends like that. Daniels and Kaz got beat on. I hope they don't turn face because of this, because it wouldn't work. Keep them heel. Alright, a pretty good show. I enjoyed it. I know I complained about some shit, but that's because nothing could be perfect, and, you know, this definitely wasn't perfect. But, yeah, you know, TNA... Like I said, sometimes they put on some pretty good shows. And this was, I'll say it was a good show. I enjoyed it. I wasn't bored. I didn't fall asleep like during SmackDown. And I wasn't like during Raw. So, you know, it was okay. There's still hope for TNA. Haha.